else, or Mr. Mellon, is this working? I just wanted to add one thing that would illustrate why there is such a huge disconnect. From everything I know from people who were working for the CIA, as well as in a company that was collaborating with the CIA, that was the Sandler company that did UFOs past, present, and future. It's my understanding there really was a meeting on April 25th, 1964. It may have been between Holloman and Trinity at a particular site in southern New Mexico. But I have had so much detail from people who have had a range of association with that meeting that I don't doubt that it took place, and that it was described to me that it was an even type, that they wanted the meeting, and they communicated through something called Project Sigma, and it was not a perfect communication, and that the night before, where the policeman Lonnie Zamora, a famous case of him reporting seeing a white egg-shaped object come down with flames under it, which is not typical of UFOs. And then later, as an investigative reporter, and I am with some of these people who have been involved with CIA and trying to do films that would get out a little bit of information but hide most of it, I come to learn that the Lonnie Zamora case was a mistake in the calculation of the communication through Project Sigma between the gray beings and our government. And that the 6 o'clock landing that Lonnie Zamora, as a police officer, saw and reported was a mistake, and they corrected, and then the next morning, 12 hours later, they came down at the near Holloman site at 6 o'clock in the morning. And that we gave back some bodies, and they gave us technology, and there was communication. And not to take too long, I've just talked with about a dozen people who have various pieces of information about this. And if the date was April 25th, 1964, we were doing body exchanges, we were doing technology exchanges. There was not conflict, there was some kind of collaboration. And those are the insights that I have gained, because many people have had pieces of that story. That when we get a leak, it often is based in something that is real. But what I always learn is that the government of the United States, and probably all governments, they want to make sure that they have a way to cover up or pull back, and that's where you get this, what's called disinformation. And when they collide at some of these settings, everybody is up against the fact that they can't prove, and everybody wants proof. And proof would be landing, meeting in public. So to me, part of the disconnect is that I think I've talked to people who were at some of these events, but they have signed non-disclosure agreements. And maybe, I think you're saying that it may be that if that amendment comes out and that NDAs will not be as punishing as they have been, it could open the door for even people on the April 25th, 1964 to come forward.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, one of the committees that's most involved in this is a committee that I worked for 10 years. And I'm an alumni of, and I stayed in good terms with staff there, and sometimes some of the members. And I've been encouraged to assist in trying to bring people forward who might have information. And I would be thrilled to take anybody who has to have that kind of access and sign those kinds of documents to the right people to enable them to tell their story and provide that information. I would be, that to me would be absolutely fabulous. And I'm actually beating the bushes right now, looking for people that might be able and willing to respond to this opportunity once this legislation is passed.
Yo quiero añadir también que el señor Mellon también ha aceptado